existing there, but is someone going to come in and build a single-family residence there?
And if it's R2, they can still build a single family. You can go below.
They could.
So that's not prohibited.
Doesn't preclude it, no.
I think this is one of those decisions that the council
No.
is ultimately going to, excuse me, we're not going to make the decision. Is that-
No, I don't want to take it from that way. The council will ultimately vote on the full plan, but I think what we're trying to do is get much of a consensus. If there's some real issues with the zoning now, I think this is the appropriate place to have that dialogue and that discussion. Yes, ma'am.
And I'm not living in a right now. It is basically single family. It's very hard. And in all towns, you have streets that are designed for condos and multifamily businesses, and you have regular quiet streets. And I think it should remain that way. That was why one of the reasons we selected 29th Street.
But you're R2.
It's R2. It is.
I thought it was R1.
No, that part is R2.
Oh, that part.
Right.
Oh, that.
Yeah.
Your part.
They're actually talking about this. The discussion was on this side of
On the
29th.
other side.
And isn't that side over there mostly just land?
Yes,
Vacant land on R1.
Is that where you're?
Yes.
Well, no, there's some homes from 29th.
they said most.
Mostly.
Well, I don't know that it's mostly, I think one couple of blocks are vacant.
Marshall,
Yes.
when I buy land, the first thing I do, I check what the land is, or what is zoned. If it was zoned R1 when I bought it at R1, that's what I know what I bought, and that's what it is. And I think it's unfair to people that live there for us to say, we're gonna force you into R2 or R4, because it was already R1 when I bought the land, so I know that that's what I bought, R1.
Just to address that comment, I think Trent made a great effort to make sure that nobody was losing any property value across the town. And if you're looking at more than one unit on an acre, that would only enhance your property value. And what the zoning district would be designed is not to prevent you from doing a single-family structure. You would still be able to build what you intended to build
I
on the
totally
property.
understand that.
It could just increase the value, and it might help get some support.
And I wouldn't want 3 houses beside my house if I bought R1. If I wanted R2, I should have bought an R2.
Well, you didn't miss anything. I think we're still having the debate. The issue is, in R2, you can in fact build R1 single family. You cannot in single family build R2 type development. So the question is a compromise better at R2, which means it doesn't preclude more single family uses being used there? Because I have to tell you, every time we have a meeting, this is the one section that continues to flip back and forth. And last time we moved it from R2 back to R1. It's R1 today, and now we're having debate about R2. The issue is that if you're in R2, you really can build R1. But if you're in R1, you can't build R2.
So on that note, it's best to leave it R2.
No,
You can
no,
go up.
it's R1, you would have to change it to R2.
Well, I need to say something on this. The council's not supposed to get to vote on it. It's flipping, quite honestly, because the most person on it is a council person, and who lives there, and that's her prerogative. But I think some of the suggestions that you made, Manager Marsh, are more appropriate for a rational decision. What's going on around us? What do we want to have left in Atlanta Beach that's just single family? We can make those decisions. But to say you bought, and this is a changing process. This gentleman bought, he probably thought it was going to go up multiple. I don't know why he did that, but that young lady bought a house on a street that's single family. She thought it was still single family, and it's being zoned for R2. Mr. Trent, you have made decisions, sometimes for others and sometimes not. It goes with your job.
But let me,
So,
That would be like me.
excuse me, I'm going to call off debate on this one. We've heard the comments about why R1. We've heard the comments about R2. We we'll study it and we'll come back with a recommendation. How about that?
Right.
But understand what the allowable uses are in both. Mr. Thompson?
Actually, I was gonna say something about that. I don't know. It appears to me that you have a complete process, even if it's R1. I agree with the other Thompson back there. That's what people purchase. But if you can get variance, it appears to me that you leave it as it is, and as things develop, because you're gonna be told to different people, told a group of people, you don't know what demand will be in the future. And then if you go through a variance process, they always have an opportunity to go through that, and then that would be the current use. So it's like that thing.
My only comment is that I would hate that on January 31, when this is adopted, that I have a variance sitting there on February 1, because variances should be the exception to the rule, not the rule. But that's my comment about that, and I too am going to move on. We heard the comments about R1 and R2. We will take those into consideration.